I'm starting to enjoy your company, faithful viewer. The third instalment of me talking about myself for a while involves what I learned from my audience feedback. I received feedback from my audience in several ways.
Wait a minute!
Oh, you want to talk about that feedback? I need to prepare myself. Hold on. Okay, let's do it. It was the winter of 2014 and little Ellie had just finished editing her video together. She was incredibly pleased with herself because she was finished before the first deadline, but then she received some audience feedback from one particular person, which meant she had to redo half her video. In all seriousness, the first draft of my video didn't include the demon at all. Instead, I had a contemporary dancer dancing alone in the professional dance studio at my school to symbolise the loneliness my artist felt during the song, until the end where I had one shot of them together to represent the support she needed to get through her troubles. This dreaded feedback told me that there was too much space around my dancer despite the professional setting of the studio, that she was poorly lit and my tracking shots were much too jerky. That, along with lighting errors in some of my piano shots, left me with the choice to either reshoot the dance sequence or change the idea completely. As I was running out of time, and obviously did not have the expertise to competently film a dancer, I changed the idea to the demon, symbolising her inner demons, which appears in the final video. I received feedback from the same person which told me this was a much better idea, so thank the Lord for that. I received audience feedback for the actual final product by selecting a group of my target audience, a mixture of males and females, and asking them to watch my video. When the viewing was over, I asked them what they thought of the video, what they liked and disliked, and what could be improved.
It was very good, yes. But the same thing, it was a shame that you couldn't get rid of that that shot in there, whatever it was, that had the light on the table where you could see the reflection on the table. I'm pretty certain you know which one I mean.
There's a lot of shots of just her face, it's nothing of anything else, it's just always looking at her face.
I really like lots of different effects we use, makes it interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say the effects make it look more interesting to watch and very bored.
Yeah, I like the close-ups were good. There were a few repeated shots I felt.
Yeah, there wasn't
like some of the, I think the makeup shots, the ones of her, those were they could have been a little bit more varied, but they still look really cool.
The main positive that the feedback told me about my video was that the effects made it more interesting to watch, and I was pleased about this because I felt that the effects did vary some shots that otherwise may have been a bit dull and boring. The main criticism was that some of the close-up shots could have been a little more varied, and I agree with this because I did use a lot of close-ups. Although I did this in order to relate my video to Andrew Goodwin's close-up theory, I can see that I could have replaced some of the shots with something a bit more interesting. If I were to re-edit my video again, I would take this into consideration. I also used the social networking site Facebook to ask another group of my target audience what they thought of my video. Here is a screenshot of what they said. Facebook is one of the most popular social media sites and is an incredibly fast way to distribute information or links to videos. The feedback I received through the use of instant messaging on Facebook was very positive, with many comments about the use of symbolism, the lip syncing, and the makeup of my demon. This tells me that my audience like the prominent visual effects of my video, and I think they connect well to the song. There were also a couple of more critical points, for example this one, where it states my artist could have connected more with the song lyrics, and so if I was to reshoot the video, I would ensure that my artist was a little more dramatic with her acting. Finally, I asked another few members of my target audience to tell me what they thought of my digipack and album advert, whether it was easy to understand and identify all the necessary components of it. Can you identify the name of the artist? The name of the album? The track listing? The copyright information? And the barcode. Thank you very much. Every single person was able to correctly identify the name of the artist, the name of the album, the track listing, the copyright information, and this tells me that my digipack and album advert have been made successfully enough to allow my target audience to understand it. We've got one more question to cover and then it's all over. Let's suck it up, hold each other's metaphorical hands and get through it together. It's time to head over to question 4.